Welcome to the Reinvention Code. I'm your host, Dorinda Walker. Reinvention isn't random, it has a code. On this podcast, we'll explore what it really takes to navigate life's transitions with introspection, faith, and strategy. If you're evolving, rebuilding, or stepping into a new season, you're not just starting over, you're leveling up. Let's decode your next chapter together. Hey, beautiful people. Welcome back to season 2 of the Reinvention Code. I'm your host, Dorinda Walker, and I hope you are finding time to enjoy the summer season. It's been a rainy season here in New Jersey, but I'm not letting that stop my joy, y'all. It's just me today, no guests, just us, and I have to tell you why. I had an incredible conversation lined up for you this week, but the audio didn't cooperate, and it was such a good and inspiring conversation. So it's coming. We have to reschedule. And I know sometimes we get tested. I had 2 choices: delay the start of season 2 or go solo. So here I am, because I won't let a technical error push back my plan, even if it looks different. So instead of postponing, I'm repositioning. Because here's what I know. One postponement can lead to accepting excuses to delay the vision God put in your head. And what I know for sure is no matter what, you have to put in the work with fortitude and commitment in order for the vision to be fulfilled. And maybe God had a reason for that, because it opened up space for something else. And so here's where it's leading season 2 to start. So has anyone else seen this trend going around? People are asking ChatGPT, based on everything you know about me, what is my Ikigai? If you don't know that word, don't worry, I didn't either at first. It's a Japanese concept. It means your reason for being. And the trend claims it sits at the intersection of 4 things: what you love, what you're good at, what the world needs, and what you can actually get paid for. So I saw enough people doing this and getting genuinely emotional over the results that I had to try it myself. Now, this can only work well if you use your AI tool often for both personal and career-related engagement, which I do. And y'all, it read me. Not perfectly, but close enough that I had to sit with it and really think about it. So today, I want to walk you through what it said. Some of it I want to affirm, right, because it named things about my work that I don't think I've ever said out loud on this podcast. And some of it I need to correct, because here's the thing about AI. It can read your resume, but it cannot read your reinvention. And that's where God is taking you on the journey. It told me I'm energized by telling stories that inspire transformation, elevating Black excellence, preserving legacy, connecting people, brands, and communities, mentoring, helping people find purpose after adversity. And yes, all of that is true. It's not wrong. It read me well. It told me I'm good at turning ideas into movements, building partnerships between brands and culture, seeing opportunities other people miss. It pointed to things like building a $100 million business in corporate America, transforming into production and working on HBCU honors and things on Players TV and experiences. And it said I had a common thread underneath all of it that isn't marketing. It's meaningful impact through storytelling and connection. And again, I can't argue with that, right? Because that's the work. That's actually what I do. But here's where I really had to pay attention. It said the world needs people who can preserve culture while moving it forward, give underrepresented voices a bigger platform, inspire resilience without glorifying struggle. And I pause right there. Inspire resilience without glorifying struggle. Because that's actually something I say all the time. My life is not built around the hardest parts. I don't lead with exhaustion. I lead with freedom from the experiences, from the learnings, with purpose, with what God did, not how hard it was to get there. So when the machine picked up on that pattern, I had to ask myself, where did it learn that about me? It learned it from what I've actually said and done. It didn't invent that value. It reflected it back. And that's the part that got me. AI can see the pattern, but it can't see the author of the pattern. Because here's what I know that no algorithm could ever calculate. None of this, the storytelling, the partnerships, the platforms, none of it happened because I was clever enough to engineer it. Ephesians chapter 2, verse 10 says, "We are his workmanship, created for good works, which God prepared beforehand." Prepared in advance. Before I ever walked into an office, before marketing or sales or television production, the assignment was already written. A machine can read your resume. Only God can read your assignment. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to ask yourself those same 4 questions, not to a chatbot, but to yourself and to God. What do you love? Not what you're supposed to love. What actually energizes you when nobody's watching? What are you good at? Not what you settled into because it paid the bills. What people have always told you that you make look easy. What does the world need that only you are positioned to give? And what can you actually be resourced for, paid for, supported for, and sustained in? Sit with those 4 answers this week. And here's the real question underneath all of it. AI can scan your patterns and hand you back a paragraph that sounds like your purpose. What happens when you finally ask God the same question? Because I guarantee you, his answer goes places a machine could never calculate. Now, some of you might be listening and saying, Dorinda, I already know my purpose. I already know what I'm good at. And that might be true. But ask yourself, is it the same in this season? Because purpose isn't always static. What you were called to do in your 20s may not be what you're called to do right now. And I want you to really examine yourself. Are you asking the right questions of yourself and of God right now? Or are you still operating off answers from a season that's already over? Especially if you're in a place where you feel stuck, unchallenged, financially struggling, even though you're doing everything you know how to do. Are you tied to a job instead of a purpose, clocking in for a paycheck instead of an assignment? That's not a sign that you missed it. That's a sign it might be time to ask again. So here's what I want you to do. In addition to those 4 questions, I want you to go back over what you love, what you're good at, what the world needs, and what you can be resourced for. And this time, date it. Write today's date next to your answers. Because a year from now, I want you to be able to look back and see whether God moved you, whether the season shifted, whether the assignment evolved. Purpose isn't something you find once and file it away. It's something you keep returning to, especially in the seasons that test you the most. And if you want more than just today's 4 questions, if you want a real tool to keep going with this, I put together something for you. It's called Uncrack Your Code, a free 5-day companion challenge built from some of the most powerful moments of season 1. 1 quote, 1 story, 1 prompt a day, straight from the show to help you name your own reinvention code. All you have to do is subscribe to my email list on the reinventioncode.com or dorindawalker.com, and it's yours. This isn't a rerun of what you just did today. It's 5 new codes, 5 new stories, grief, forgiveness, leadership, love, dating after loss, each one built to take you deeper than a single episode can. And this season, I'm bringing you more guests, more stories, more life lessons, more inspiration for your arsenal, and doing the self-work required to achieve peace, fulfillment, and joy. And I wanted to open this season by doing that work for myself out loud with you, because I'm not asking you to do anything on this podcast that I haven't done first. So now it's time in the podcast to crack the code. And since it's just me today, I'm cracking my own. My code for this season is this: a machine can read your resume, but only God can read your assignment. I want you to do one thing before you go. Take out your phone right now and ask yourself those 4 questions. Write down what comes up, not what impresses you, what's really true. And then go subscribe to my email list. Thank you for being here at the top of season 2. There's so much more coming. Until next time, I wish you much peace, much joy, and many, many blessings. God bless. Thank you for listening to the Reinvention Code. If this episode resonated with you, share it with someone who's stepping into their next season. And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss a conversation. Remember, reinvention isn't random. It has a code. I'll see you next time.